Now that we've talked about what half-lives are, let's look at some calculations involving half-lives. So for this first problem, if you start with a 120 gram sample of radium, how much will be left after 44 days? So we have a little bit of information here. We have our chemical equation. Again, we're starting with radium on the left-hand side. It's undergoing alpha decay. Remember, alpha decay gives off that helium nucleus. And it's telling us that our half-life, that T with the little subscript of 1/2, is 11 days. So the first thing we need to do is figure out how many half-lives are we going through. So we know it's going to take 44 days. A half-life is 11 days, so we can just set up that division. And we notice that we are going through 4 half-lives. And then you'll notice right here below, I just started my division process. So 120 divided by 2 gives you 60, divided by 2 gives you 30, and you just keep going until you've gone through 4 half-lives. Notice after we've halved it 4 times, we are left with 7.5 grams. So we can say that after 4 half-lives, or after 44 days, we will have 7.5 grams of radium remaining. Everything else will have already been converted and gone through alpha decay. Let's look at another example. So for this one, you start with 200 grams of thallium-207. After 20 minutes, we have 12.5 grams of thallium left. So in this case, we want to know what that half-life is. So again, here's our equation. Here's that thallium that's going through, in this case, beta decay. It's giving off that electron right there. And we need to solve for the half-life. So we know that we started with 200 grams. We're going to end with 12.5 grams. So let's just start dividing it. That 200 divided by 1, or divided by 2, gets you to 100. Divided by 2 again gets you 50. Divided by 2, 25. Divided by 2 again gives you 12.5. So we have that final 12.5 grams that we want, and that took us 4 half-lives to get there. So you can just count them out on the left side. That's 4 half-lives. So we went through 4 half-lives. We know that it took a total of 20 minutes. So once again, we just set up our division. 20 minutes divided by those 4 half-lives. That can tell us that every half-life is 5 minutes, and that should have an F there, but you know what it means. So for every half-life, it takes 5 minutes. So that T with the little subscript of 1/2 is 5 minutes. So take a second, make sure you understand how to do these calculations, and you're going to do several very similar calculations on your own.